Abram was born in Ur of the Chaldeans, a land where people served other gods. His father was Terah, and Abram lived among nations devoted to idols. The Lord had said to Abram,
"Get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you."
The Lord promised Abram that he would make him a great nation, that he would bless him, make his name great, and that in him all the families of the earth would be blessed. Abram obeyed. He departed as the Lord had spoken to him, taking his wife Sarai, his household, and all that he possessed. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. Abram journeyed to the land of Canaan, and the Lord appeared to him there and said,
"To your descendants I will give this land."
Abram built an altar to the Lord and called on his name. After these things, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, saying,
"Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your exceedingly great reward."
Abram expressed his concern that he had no heir. The Lord answered that one who would come from Abram's own body would be his heir. God brought Abram outside and said,
"Look now toward heaven, and count the stars if you are able to number them. So shall your descendants be."
And Abram believed in the Lord, and he accounted it to him for righteousness. The Lord then instructed Abram to bring specific animals for a sacrifice. Abram cut the animals in two and laid each piece opposite the other. As the sun went down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. When darkness came, a smoking oven and a burning torch passed between the pieces. On that same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, promising the land to his descendants. Years passed, and Sarai remained barren. According to the custom of the time, Sarai gave her maid Hagar to Abram as a wife, and Hagar conceived. When conflict arose, Hagar fled. But the angel of the Lord spoke to her and promised that her descendants would be multiplied. Hagar bore a son, and Abram named him Ishmael. Abram was 86 years old when Ishmael was born. When Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said,
"I am Almighty God. Walk before me and be blameless."
God established his covenant with Abram and changed his name to Abraham, saying,
"For I have made you a father of many nations."
God also changed Sarai's name to Sarah and promised that she herself would bear a son, named Isaac, through whom the covenant would continue. The Lord appeared to Abraham by the terebinth trees of Mamre. As Abraham sat at the entrance of his tent, 3 men stood by him. Abraham ran to meet them, bowed himself to the ground, and showed them great hospitality. He prepared food and stood by them as they ate. One of them said,
"I will certainly return to you according to the time of life, and behold, Sarah your wife shall have a son."
Sarah, listening in the tent, laughed within herself because of her age. The Lord said,
"Is anything too hard for the Lord?"
At the appointed time, the Lord visited Sarah as he had said. Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son, whom he named Isaac. Abraham was 100 years old when Isaac was born. As Isaac grew, Sarah saw Ishmael mocking. She said to Abraham, "Cast out this bondwoman and her son." The matter greatly displeased Abraham. But God said to him,
"Whatever Sarah has said to you, listen to her voice."
Abraham rose early in the morning, gave Hagar bread and water, and sent her away with her son. God was with the boy, and he preserved them in the wilderness. After these things, God tested Abraham and said,
"Take now your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and offer him there as a burnt offering."
Abraham obeyed. He rose early, prepared the wood, and went to the place God had shown him. When Abraham stretched out his hand to sacrifice his son, the angel of the Lord called out and stopped him. God provided a ram caught in a thicket to be offered instead. The Lord then said,
"Because you have done this thing in blessing, I will bless you."
Abraham lived a life of faith, obedience, and trust in the Lord. Through him, God established a covenant that would shape generations to come. Abraham became the father of faith, and through his seed, God's promises continued to unfold.